Seahawks. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to First Things First. I'm Jenna Wolf alongside Nick Wright, Brandon Marshall, Kevin Wilds. Brandon, could Russ really be on the move?
I heard Sierra signed off on it. It's happening. It's happening.
He got the stamp of approval. He got the approval. All right, we will get to all of that. We got to start, though, with Tom Brady. In an article just released by Sports Illustrated, his head coach, Bruce Arians, was quoted from before the Super Bowl, giving us a little insight into what actually motivates this quarterback. It said, among other things, Tom is playing for his teammates right now. He wants those guys to experience what he's experienced 6 times. I think personally, too, he's making a statement. You know, it wasn't all Coach Belichick. Name dropping names, Brandon. You buying Arians' comments?
Oh, 100%. Every player has a sense of entitlement. Well, not every player, most players. The great players in the National Football League has this sense of entitlement because you feel your hard work and your dedication and your effort that you put into it every single day is worth something. So when you think about sense of entitlement, you think about guys walking in the locker room and saying, you know what, I want that locker. Even before you even get in the locker, the guys, the top guys, they're saying, this is my parking spot. They walk into the cafeteria. They're like, you know what, chef? I know this isn't on the menu, but every morning at 8:30, have this prepared for me. You have special time slots with the gurus that come in, the chiropractors, the massage therapists, the MAT doctors, the ART doctors, and any dry needling specialists that come in. You have special treatment. So when you think about Tom Brady, you won this organization, or you led this organization to 9 Super Bowls. You won 6, and you pushed me out. So 100% it's going to be motivation for him because of that reason. I'm a guy that never made it to a Super Bowl, and I walked into every organization with a sense of entitlement because of the hard work and dedication that I put in, and they gave me it. So just imagine what Tom Brady's thinking. Look at everything that I've accomplished, Nick. Look at it. That's what he's saying to himself. I should have a statue. I should have a seat at the table as well. Why don't I have as much power that you have, Mr. Bill Belichick? So, yes, 100% is motivation.
And, Brandon, you might not have won a Super Bowl, but you led the Jets to within a game of the playoffs, and that's more impressive than at least 2 of Brady's rings. So don't sell yourself short. Like, that is a far harder accomplishment in NFL history than 1 or 2 of Brady's Super Bowl rings. Here's the thing for Tom Brady. It's the only chip on his shoulder left. So let him have it. Like, Brady came into the league with the 199th pick chip as a motivating factor. Then, because he instantly won a Super Bowl and a couple years later won another one, that gets removed for all intents and purposes. So what is he chasing then? Peyton Manning. The rivalry with Peyton that we know fueled him. And I feel a little dirty for having this information, but it's out in the public specter. That email he sent his dad at this point almost a decade ago saying, you know, about the rivalry with Peyton, about how Peyton was already almost done and he had 7 or 8 more years to go. He was still letting that fuel him. Once he clearly dispatched of Peyton and won that rivalry, what was left? Oh, how about the oldest battle in the book? You know, Father Time is undefeated? Maybe he's not. Now I'm battling aging. Now I'm battling how long the athlete can actually keep going. Oh, I broke all those records too? I already won a Super Bowl in my 40s? How about this new, fresh, real motivation? My coach didn't want me anymore. I went hat in hand for an extension. They gave me a fake one. I remember the summer of 19. Brady has the press conference. You're going to have to talk to Mr. Kraft. Then says it is what it is. Gave that famous moment on the field. And the next day put his house for sale. And so he's always, Wilds, had either real or created external motivation. He's beaten Peyton. He made the draft look stupid. He's set all the aging records. So now I do buy it is, okay, Now I'm going to prove it was more me than Bill. 100% I believe it.
Yeah. I buy it too, because here's the thing. But I think it's an outdated grudge, because the old knock on Brady was that it was the defense. Here's the thing. The defense has always helped the guy, whether or not that's motivation, that he wants to say that he's more responsible. I'm not sure, because I do think that he's a total team player. But just to run through the amount of how defense has helped him. In his 7 Super Bowl victories, Brandon, he's either had a top-ranked defense or a great Super Bowl performance from that defense. Here they are really quick. Ring number 1, greatest show on turf, Mangini and Belichick shut him down. Ring number 2, league's best defense. Ring number 3, second best defense. Ring number 4, great performance from Malcolm Butler, saves the day, kind of gives him that ring. He was on the sidelines like, oh my God, Malcolm Butler had the interception. Ring number 5 had the number 1 defense. Rings number 6 and 7, Sean McVay and Jared Goff don't score a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid don't score a touchdown. So defense has always been a part of this. Whether or not that motivates him, I don't know. But I think it is a little bit of an old school knock on Tom Brady, where those old Teddy Bruschi teams used to carry the Patriots to the Super Bowl, and Tom would do enough to get us the ring.
Let me ask you a question, Wilds. Would you say that Tom Brady is considered the GOAT? For most of the people that watch sports television and also watch the game. Would you say that majority of us think that Tom Brady's the GOAT? Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah, I feel like that's official now. Yes.
Okay. All right. So everything you said, great. But here's the deal. This is why it all worked out. Those defenses, the reason why they were able to put them together is because Tom Brady took a pay cut. Right? And that's why this is a big deal. That's why there's a sour taste in Tom Brady's mouth when it comes to Bill Belichick, is because he's sitting there saying, yeah, Bill, you're great, and I respect you. You drafted me, and you also helped me develop. There's no doubt in my mind, or I'm not even questioning how great you are. But I gave you more resources to go put a team around ourselves. So give me credit for that. And the other thing is humility. So this whole Bill Belichick and Patriot thing, the Patriot way, the only reason why it worked is because Tom Brady sat in the front and he let Bill Belichick call him out when he threw 2 or 3 interceptions in the practice, 2 or 3 interceptions in a game. Because when you can call out the top guy, your number 1 guy, the greatest of all time, then that puts everyone else in line. So the Antonio Browns that comes in, the Gronkowskis that comes in, the Julian Edelmans, all these other pieces that you have in the locker room, they know if Tom Brady can take it, then I have to take it. So that's why all this worked out, and that's why it imploded in the end, is because Tom is like, man, I helped us get to 6 Super Bowls, and you're still calling me out. You're still not letting my trainer come into the facility and stretch me out and help me with pliability. Those are 2 issues. I took a pay cut year after year after year, and I sat in the front and let you call me out so this whole Patriot way can work.
And I don't think Brady wanted Belichick to stop calling him out. I just think he wanted him to show faith. And I think that is what I don't even want to call it bitterness, but that's the chip on the shoulder. Is Belichick looked at the exact, and the only saving grace to my now clearly wrong for multi-year Tom Brady take is that Bill Belichick agreed with me. Bill Belichick looked at the data, looked at the trajectory, looked at the history of the position, and said, no, I am not tying myself to any 43-year-old quarterback, don't care what he's accomplished. And Tom Brady felt, haven't I earned that? Haven't I earned the benefit of the doubt, not only through my play, but to Brandon's point, through my sacrifice, financial sacrifice, and ego sacrifice? You can't just step out on the limb with me, take a leap of faith that what I'm saying about playing till I'm 45 is right. Brady wanted Belichick to believe in him the way Brady believes in himself. Belichick wouldn't, so of course he has something to prove there, because Belichick clearly did not think he could do this.
Yeah, and Jenna, you'll appreciate this. Look, Tom Brady is pushing everything forward. Bill Belichick, rightfully so, is looking at the data that Nick just pointed out and saying, okay, well, this guy's about to hit a cliff and fall off the cliff. But what Tom Brady has done is said, hey, Bill, you know, there's modern science, there's modern technology. No more do we have to rely on ice and stem and heat and stem to recover from injuries. So that is the problem. Tom Brady is telling everybody in the National Football League, everybody in the NBA,